Hey, welcome back, guys, to KJ Diagram with your man Keyon Hogan and JDJ and the podcast and mix. How you doing today, Jay?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good today. I've been feeling good. I actually had a great start today. I stretched actually for my back because we're getting better with the chiropractor.
You know what?
Uh,
I'm not being transparent.
Uh-oh.
I just told you
Here
some
we go.
bullshit. We talked about this. How we say like, how you doing? And we say good. You know what I mean? I just say good just because.
You just
no,
say good.
I'm actually doing terrible right now. My back is on fire. I was hitting the punching bag, right? And I did a hook, but my knee or my shoes or my foot didn't pivot when I threw my left hook, and as soon as I hit the bag, I just felt it right in my back.
Oh, was it instant?
Instant, bro. As soon as I was like, I was like, damn. So I went to I was like, all right, I'm done boxing. Then I went to go to the dumbbells, tried to do bicep curls. All this tightened up. I was like, oh, gosh, bro.
Well, now I know we got something in common. Back issues.
Bro. Because it's funny because you was complaining to me about back issues.
Every damn day.
And I'm like, man, I don't know. Keyon might be bullshit.
Hey, you feel it now. You're like walking like, oh, shit. You know, I'm going to get your life alert. You might need it.
I don't need a life alert.
You don't think you need it yet?
I don't think I need a life alert. I'll be fine. But, you know, we got to fly to Louisiana for this funeral coming up. So
My condolences, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. My only concern is that, man, I wonder how comfortable I'm going to be on this airplane because, man, the drive, like, I can't drive, bro. It's rough.
Is it like rocky road with potholes?
It's like I can't sit still. It's like even when I'm driving, just everything. It's
Oh,
like,
you're constantly fidgeting.
I'm like,
You're like, oh, this is comfortable now. Let me go like this.
Like I'm feeling it right now. Let me calm down. But yeah,
Okay.
man. So I'm actually doing pretty shitty, but it's all good.
I'm happy you're transparent with me. I appreciate that a lot. And you know what? Actually, I want to start off with I got some questions for you actually.
All right, cool.
And these are some questions I've been wanting to ask, and I want everybody else to hear this too.
go.
All right, first question. What's your favorite color and why?
My favorite color changes depending on the season I'm in. Right now, I say my favorite color is gold.
And why?
And the reason being is because the ultimate goal is to be able to do everything with excellence. I think gold resembles excellence. And so for us to continue to grow this podcast and everything that we do, I think it should be golden. Even though it may not be perfect, you know what I'm saying? As long as we're getting better every day. So right now, my favorite color is gold.
Awesome. Second question. Favorite or high recommended movie? Movie just recommend me off the bat. It don't gotta be favorite. It's something like, bro, you should watch this.
Oh, man, bro. Why would, you know how hard that question is?
Just name a movie that's good. Like a movie you say, Keyon, bro, this is a good movie. Like I can tell you off the bat, I like Inception. I love Inception actually.
Okay, but you weren't asked the question. I was asked the question.
Exactly.
It's all good, though. I was messing with you. Right now, the only movie that pops out of my head is the Django.
The Django.
Yeah, because I just love... Jamie Foxx, by the way, is one of the most underrated talents in the world.
We hope you're watching this, Jamie.
Like, oh my... He's underrated purely. But also, too, Samuel L. Jackson, bro, is the funniest man alive without being funny. Like, bro, his whole role, he killed it, bro. Like, I like seeing it from not just the storyline, but also, too, just seeing actors really kill their shit in their role.
Okay. And last question I have for you is, what is your favorite accent?
Damn, what's my favorite accent? That's a weird ass question.
It is a weird question. Threw you off.
I mean, I don't. Shit. I feel like whatever I say, if my wife don't speak it, I'm gonna get in trouble. So I'm gonna go to something like the hood accent. Yeah.
All right, now do a hood accent for me.
I can't do that right now.
All right, that's fine. So the reason why I ask you these questions is because today's the topic is about caring. So my question to you is that, do you think I ask you those questions because I care, or do I just ask them just to ask them?
Great question. I think you asked them just to gather information, but just because you gather information don't mean you care.
I love that. Was a beautiful response. Ooh, and you know what? Since we're talking about Karen today, we got an amazing guest we're gonna bring here today. Her name is Talia. Come on down, Talia.
Welcome, welcome.
How you doing today?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing good.
We're good. We're Gucci. Welcome to the show. You're our second guest.
Mm.
How did you like, or did you watch any of the episodes?
I did watch the first episode. I did
Okay.
enjoy it a lot. I do like the platform, the way
Sure.
you guys are doing things, like more of in a talk show kind of thing, where it's just like meeting of minds and
Yeah.
crossing with just different details in life and just understanding.
Facts. Well, man. Well, Keyon, what about this Karen are we getting into?
Awesome. This is my favorite part. It's because as you guys been here with us, is that we like to hit topics very broadly, so we can explore all forms, physically, mentally, everything. So when I ask about caring, I want to ask about how do you feel when you have a family member that passed away when no one ever checks up on them? Is it caring, or are you just doing it out of like the event? So that's actually a question. I want to start off with you, Talia.
I think it depends. Honestly, I think a lot of people have important people in their lives for sure, and when they, when you get through life, time becomes is a very precious thing.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people don't realize how much they prioritize themselves for their own wants.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the concept of time for other people, they're not aware how relative it is to somebody else. So like older family members, you're thinking they're always going to be there because you're looking from a kid's point of view, even though you might be an adult.
Mm-hmm.
But you feel guilt for not being there as much as you were raised to being there. You're used to being there twice, 3 times a month. So when you pass, you're thinking about what you did as a kid opposed to what you've done as an adult and what doesn't match up because that's your parents' effort, That's not your own personal effort. So when you grieve, I feel like it's more guilt than grieving. Yeah, you're
Okay.
sorry that you lost them, and I do believe that that's true. That's real grief. You're sorry that that person is not there anymore.
Mm.
But also you reflect a lot on the things that you didn't do when people pass. So if you didn't see them enough, or if you didn't help them when they needed the help, like it's really hard for the person to accept that they weren't doing enough.
Can I ask you a question just in regards to that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you ever found yourself thinking about someone? It's like, damn, I haven't hit them up in a while, and then you still don't hit them up, like, because I can honestly say I do. Like I, will think about somebody, like, man, I hope they're doing well or whatever, like, or I would want to touch base with them. You know what I mean? But honestly, I just, oh, that was a thought, and I just keep moving about life.
Yeah, but that's why I think that that's one of those things. Like I don't think caring is easy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that is a easy feature in life. Like I don't think it's a thing that everybody is actively able to do. I think it's a learned thing something that you have to press on
Right.
doing. So like I don't really give anybody a hard time about if you don't reach out, you don't reach out. If you know that your friend,
you don't press.
Yeah, like if you locked in
necessarily.
with your friend and you know that they close with you and you close with them, and then it ain't nothing. You ain't gotta talk to them every day. You don't have to.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's like that. I get what you're saying, but you know the tone of your relationship with them.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like you wouldn't even feel that amount of grief there because y'all both are in an understanding of how y'all relationship works.
So it sounds like to me it's just like whenever, like as you said, like you think about somebody but you don't do it, it's because you feel like you're gonna be invasive, or not invasive. You feel like you're gonna intrude in their lives. You don't want to like push there, or you just hope they're okay.
Or not even that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I'm a people person. I genuinely like to try to, connect with people, right? But a part of that, I end up connecting with so many people. You know what I'm saying? I'm spread thin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then when it's time to actually try to spend time with certain people, it's like, damn, it's like, I might not see you for another 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, realistically, like, that's just how, adulting is for me. And so, but it's like, damn, like, it's like, do I put myself, second to trying to possibly please others and care for, how they may feel as far as connecting or spending time with each other?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I try to, focus on my purpose and, if we see each other, hey, it's all good. You know what I mean?
You know what? One of the things I actually appreciate when I'm talking about caring is that my granddad, my auntie, they message everybody in the family like, "Hey, how you doing?" There, give you a call saying, "How's your day going?" They ask you all these
Yeah.
questions, and you expect she generally have a conversation with you. And I appreciate things like that. I don't do it myself as much, and it's just because I haven't like been in the right mindset. But if you're around me, I'll check up. There's been a lot of times I message random people I haven't talked since high school just to see how they're doing. This is just how I am. But that don't mean it's just because you don't do it. That don't mean you don't care. And that's why I feel like a lot of us nowadays feel when we're alone, we feel like no one cares about us. But we gotta realize that everybody have their own lives. Just because they don't reach out to you at the time of need, how about you put your foot forward and reach out to somebody when you
And
need it?
that's why I really leaned into the statement of saying like it's the tone of your relationship and how you keep it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you know that y'all only talk for a while, like
Y'all
if
on
you
good
got,
terms.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like you probably easily could not fit in everybody that you cool with, care about, all in 1 month. You would not. There's not enough
There's
days in the month.
not a
You
way.
could have 31
Overloaded.
days, and it's
No.
still you could see everybody every day, and it still wouldn't be enough days for that month.
True. Facts.
And you know, and that's
Right.
that's truth. That's why I say like when I tell people and they're like I don't have enough time. It was like you gotta be mindful. Like you can only maintain like 10, and I mean like a close 10 people. And that's what I'm saying. Like your parents, like if you got 2 parents, that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
You down to 8. You got siblings, that might be 4 right there. It's just boom. I said doesn't account for people like your spouse or your significant other. It could be even like your closest friends. You know. It could be stuff like that. And it's not to say that you don't care about the additional people that are there. I just can't check up on you as much as I would like because if I do check up on you, I have to come.
I'm taking time away.
That's what I'm saying. The
from
commitment to
something else.
going, the commitment to going and sitting down when you've been working all week. The committing to going and hanging out at the house means it's time that you don't have time to go ahead and put into your home because you got laundry today. You know, they got to be done.
So, are you guys comfortable with losing relationships in any form when it comes down to, them not being able to understand that, how life is, that we're adults, we all have busy schedules. Are you guys comfortable with someone being like, all right, I can't mess with you then?
Well, we're not in the right place in our lives. We're not
We're not the same, right?
Yeah, we got other things going on. That's not to say that you're lesser than me. That just means that we're not meshing as well as we did before. People like I told Keyon before we started this, like you coming for people's lives for a reason or a season. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
If I was fun from 19 to 23, and that's still fun that you got out of me, that's 5 years of my life of good times that we had. That doesn't mean that we
treasure that.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't mean that we can't
That's
remove. Just means that we can't move past this point because maybe you still in a certain kind of scene. Maybe I'm moving.
Ooh, I love that. When she said moving, I keep thinking of the phrase in part. Oh, I love that. You said that so good.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man. I think it's definitely insightful, but I think this is definitely a conversation that, no one's really talking about, or at least I haven't heard.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes down to actually someone breaking down the factors of relationships and communication with people. And then, what about not caring? What are some things that we really shouldn't care about? You know what I mean? Some things that I think we may hold on to. So on the other side of caring, what are some things that, we may care about on an everyday basis that, shouldn't?
People don't care about Ukraine. You don't care. I'm be honest with you. You don't care. The same way I don't expect other people to care about my specific kind of problems. If I'm a woman, I do not expect a man to care about my woman problems. You don't get it. That's fine. You're at a disadvantage.
Right.
That's fine. The same way you should not expect white, Asian, Jamaican, or anybody people to care about your African American problems because they're not gonna get it in its full entirety from your perspective.
They'll never understand.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You're at a disadvantage. It's fine. It's okay. And a lot of people give other people a hard time about it, and it's very crazy because it's like it's the same climate we're in with the cancel culture. Like you don't know enough, but you don't know nothing at all. Right. You only know the surface of everything, but you don't know everything.
You don't go in depth.
If you can't be the what's it called? If you can't be the specialist in what you're talking about to me, I don't really need to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you don't really know, if you're not British and you don't really know much about Brexit, I'm not gonna go talk to the person who's actually British, who's been through that and understands what the actual situation is. Not to say that you don't know anything, you just don't know enough.
You just won't understand.
Yeah, and it's fine. You're not gonna go to everybody. You're not gonna go to a doctor for advice on your car if they ain't never worked on anything on your car. I'm not gonna hand it up somebody a scalpel to go cut me open and they ain't never taken a day in medical school at all. It's fine.
I won't either.
Everyone's opinion is yet still an opinion, right?
And you know what? Damn. They got me with so many thoughts. And I want to finish with these thoughts with more questions and answers right after we come back from a commercial break. So what we're going to do real quick, we're going to cut real quick, and Joe's going to hit us with a transition. We'll see you guys here shortly.
I don't know why I did all that. Good.
Oh, that was awesome. I love that. You got a lot to talk about.
Dude,
And welcome back here. And as we came back from that commercial break, she was over here talking to us about soup. And what type of soup are you making for dinner?
I'm making that Zuppa Toscana soup. They got it like Olive Garden.
I don't know what that is.
It's potatoes.
Potato soup?
And like potatoes, kale. It's got like onions in it, and it's got some like turkey sausage.
I don't know why I laugh. God, you making kale and your boyfriend's named Caleb. I don't know. I'm just I'm just stupid. But I just want to talk about a new topic here because we're still a line of caring. Is that we're gonna talk about being selfish and selfless and what's the difference. So when I want to start off here, I want to ask you, Joe, is that when it comes to selfish and selfless, what does selfish mean to you?
Selfish is anything that you put for self. It could be two ways. It could be in a negative connotation and it could be in a positive connotation. I feel like it can go two ways. It just depends on the context, right? But in a negative light, I think it's anything that you do for yourself above others and opportunities to do for other people, right?
Okay.
So it's like I have the opportunity to do this for somebody else, but I choose to do this for me. In a positive light, I look at it as like, you're choosing something for yourself that's going to be good, right? And what you possibly could do for other people, depending on the situation, it may not be as beneficial for you. So you need to be able to take care of yourself first.
Okay. And then Talia, what does selfless mean to you?
I think selfless for me is a person who is able to give or is able to make whatever action that they're making that does not benefit them. And it's for the benefit of others.
Okay.
So I'm thinking like in the sense of when I think of a selfless person, it's like somebody who, who's the person who will give $1 when they only have literally just $1.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, this homeless person needs it more. I already got the clothes on my back.
Mm-hmm. So you guys, I had so much things I want to say, but y'all hit both for like how I feel about it. Because when I look at selfless, the exact same thing. And when other people see from the outside, when you say, okay, let me not give the $1 to the homeless because I need it to get my car washed or buy whatever, and you can have somebody be like, oh, you're being selfish. Now you get considered being like a negative person because you want to save your $1 for yourself that you earn that you may need it. But when you be selfless, you giving all you got. Now you can't get what you need because you gave your last cent away.
But any action depending on the point of view can be negative.
That's true.
You know what I mean? It really just depends on the angle. Because if I'm pissed off, right? Let's just say I got fired from my job, right? And I'm walking downtown. I'm pissed off. I'm just going to my car. A homeless guy asks for $1. I speed past. I be like, no, get the fuck out of here, right? If I said that to him, I'm pissed off. I'm mad. I have a right to be angry for whatever reason, but that doesn't mean I get to treat him like that. But from the outside perspective, someone was to watch that, they're like, oh, this guy is an asshole.
It's an asshole, yeah.
But they didn't know what I went through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think it really just depends on the point of view as far as who's looking at it. But that's why I don't think we should judge others. Fuck what other people think.
As you say, humankind ain't shit.
Exactly.
We all judge right away, and
exactly.
right when we see that, like, I want to talk to him. I want to talk to her.
The internet did put a whole lens on what everybody decides to do. You cannot make you can't do a selfless act without other people publicizing for you.
For sure.
You can't do it, and it makes it worse. It becomes selfish when you publicize it yourself, and that's why I said, like, when you're selfless, it can't benefit you. I'm not selfish for holding on to the $5 that I have in my pocket, even if I walk by a homeless person, and I can't, because I got to get home. I can't walk all the way home. It's too far. It's getting dark. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
I could be sick too.
Yeah.
How am I taking care of myself and putting myself in the position to help others so I can be selfless if I'm not able to be? And that's not selfish. That's being conscious of your situation. A lot of people don't like to be able to give people the room to be conscious of the situation that they're in. Like, you don't need, like what we have Adam Levine right now is going through a whole cheating scandal. Do you really think that you're helping him or his wife or his kids by sitting here extremely publicizing it, putting it on every Snapchat ad, putting it on every clickbait that you can go on YouTube, throwing it up on Facebook? You're not giving the family, forget the man at the moment, but the family, you're putting the family through unnecessary stress because you want the money to benefit. There's the whole situation and all of it entirety is selfish. If nothing else, he's being selfless by not saying nothing or defending himself, not putting anything out. You ain't seen him since the accusation came out.
Can I be devil's advocate here?
Well, I'd love to.
So, for example, Adam Levine is a public figure, right? I believe his wife is also a public figure, right? So, because of that, and if his wife is not, then excuse me for misquoting, but from a tabloid's point of view or from a paparazzi's point of view, they're reporting on celebrities. That's their job, right? Even though it's gossip, even though it's inconveniencing, the reason why they do it is because the artist makes money from their artistry, whatever they do. They're popular, they're celebrity. You know, people are interested, right? Doesn't mean that it gives, the publicity the right to be intrusive. But from their perspective, it's like, how can we promote the good of you, but not also show the bad? We want to show, oh, you're doing well at these concerts, you're selling out these tickets. But their perspective is that, no, we don't want to just paint the good picture. We want to show the bad if it's there. So from that perspective, do you think that, a company like TMZ is being selfish and being able to report both good and ugly?
That's a real good question. I want to say that it's really being selfish. It's just because they're doing it for their own benefit. I mean, sure, the celebrity get more fame, they get more viewers, and like the Johnny Depp trial, everybody was on that. I forgot about the Ukraine, everything. Everybody was on it. God, it blew up.
I see what you're saying though, because it's like the cross of the career you chose.
Exactly.
Like it's like you want to be famous, you want to put out this music, you want to put out positive vibes, but you got to be ready for everybody to scrutinize you. But like at that point, it's like, where does it stop? Like where do you draw the line? Like y'all report deaths of people that is not public. That don't need to be. That does not need to be there.
Publicized.
You bringing out them when they decide to go ahead and say, oh, these people are all pregnant, and they hadn't even gotten to tell their own family. Mm-hmm. There has to be a line somewhere. But
see, here's the thing, though, right? And I'm just playing devil's advocate because I completely agree with your point of view. But playing devil's advocate from TMZ perspective, it could be, okay, let's say, for example, Adam Levine, public figure, and it's always made positive in the light. But this guy was a complete monster at home. Not saying that he is. I don't want to tarnish his name. But, for example, let's say he was a complete monster you never knew. But every time you heard his songs, you played his songs. Every time you did everything, it was always good. So if the bad was never reported, you like, if the bad is never reported, then you like, man, this is a good guy. You know what I mean? So yet again, with that perspective, is it really being selfish or is it trying to be transparent to the audience that's buying into the artist?
I think it's selective.
I definitely
I
agree.
think it's so selective. I don't think you got a Harry Weinstein somewhere and y'all just didn't know all this time. That doesn't make any sense. When y'all will blow out of proportion. They had whole tapes from Bill Clinton. How many times do you remember? I did not have sexual relations with that woman, or do you just remember hearing it? We never saw that. That lives rent free in my mind.
Yeah, I got a good point on that. And as she said, it's very selective because they pick and choose. Like, hey, you know what? What would get us attention? What would get them attention? What can we grab? Because it's all about drama.
Exactly.
It's all about drama.
So it's all about sales at the end of the day, right? Because they got to drive traffic. They're a profitable company. I'm pretty sure TMZ is not a nonprofit, right? So they're going to try to exploit the things of those who are at the top. But, you know, like you guys said, doesn't necessarily mean it's right. But how can we argue the point of being able to show good and bad?
But that's what I think about the term good and bad is, again, it's just an opinion. It's it's not a general thing. Because I can tell you, you're bad for drinking. That's my opinion.
True. Exactly.
But however, if everybody in the room agrees with me, we say you're all bad because it's a popular opinion. So again, good and bad is just a personal opinion or the most popular opinion.
So if that's the case, if it's just a popular opinion, then how can we call TMZ selfish if good and bad is just an opinion? Because we're essentially judging them by judging the way that they're putting out their reporting. Keep in mind, I'm just challenging you guys' thoughts here.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is great. Honestly, it's like, am I selfish for wanting a house? Am I selfish for wanting my dream home? But if I work for a company that does something that, you know, it's not that big of a deal to me, but it does affect a lot of other people in that space, am I not being selfish by working there by default? Because it doesn't benefit me. It does not benefit any of them to report on these additional, they don't affect the stock market. They don't have these crazy amount of homes that are up for sale. None of that.
If I take a picture of this man cheating on his wife, I'm gonna make $15,000.
Selfish.
Selfish is it? If I get to go home and feed my family, if I get to go home, is it really selfish if I get to go home, feed my family, take care of my kids, and then not only do I get to do that, shit, I get to start a business from this. I get to start my own business. You know what I'm saying? Where now, in my spirity, in the way I want to give charity, I can give in the way I want to. Even though I'm exploiting others, I'm just showing what's out there.
Yeah, that's why I said selfish. So my bad. Oh, no problem. I said selfish is because if I don't know that story, it's selfish in my point of view because I'm judging. I'm an arbiter. I'm just judging based on what I'm seeing. So to me, it's selfish. But unless I know your story, close. Oh, okay, he's doing his thing. So now I'm no longer judging you.
So being all that said, right? I think we got a good. I feel like we painted a picture well as far as selfish, and then also selfishness. But for us, right? Is there a time when you was like, "Yo, I have to be selfish in this moment"?
Oh yeah,
like what you said right there. Those are the moments where being selfish is a benefit. Being selfish doesn't have to be a bad thing,
right? Because
it really depends on how you move forward from that. If you both mutually benefit because you helping them get these pictures and then they helping you get your business, these are the moments where it's like, okay, this is stacking up really well.
Right.
But you gotta admit that it's causing somebody else despair over there. You know?
Correct.
But it still matters because, you know, they have millions and I only have tens of thousands. I want hundreds of thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for you to have the wants of another who has that. There is a goal that you have set in mind, and that's you being true to yourself. But they also tell you when you're working towards being that better person, when you're working towards your goals, they tell you right from the start, whether it's your parents, a pastor, anybody, you gotta be selfish.
You know, I realize everybody's selfish almost every day just because, think about it, like, you drive, right? You drive to work? You drive to work? I do too. We're polluting the earth. We're taking our time to drive to work and destroy everything around us, that our global environment we live in, because we want to get to work. Is that considered selfish?
In my opinion, they should find a better option and it should make it more affordable for everybody else. I think the automotive industry is a little selfish for not making it more optional.
How about you? Would you keep driving the car to keep and cause pollution so you can get to work and be selfish for that, or would you stop driving and ride a bike, or find another car that's more expensive and use corn? Whatever
But
other
see
few alternatives.
but here's the thing. It's like I said, it's all based off the point of view, because someone who's conscious of the world and pollution and stuff would say that all these people are being selfish, who's driving to work and not carpooling when they could carpool. Me, I don't give a shit, right? If you drive to work in a car by yourself, I don't care. So for me, you're not being selfish, right? It's about who point of view is coming from, right? And based off their point of view, they're going to judge it. But I feel like, here's what I don't like, is that I feel like you can't persecute somebody because they have an opinion of something. Like, if that's their opinion, that's their opinion. Who cares, right? If their opinion's going to change the world, let it happen. Most of these opinions do not change the world, bro. Most of these opinions don't really stick at the end of the day. Because you know why? They're opinions. They don't really have no action to it. There's no truth behind it. There's no weight, no foundation that it can stand on. So at the end of the day, fuck people sometimes. But also love them.
Love thy neighbor, right?
I said this. I said love people. Absolutely love people. Love people all that you can, because I'm all about love, right? But at the end of the day, fuck their opinion. At the end of the day, because no matter what, you're going to be called selfish in some way, form, or shit of light, or you're going to be, oh man, he's doing well. He's so giving. He's so selfless. At the end of the day, none of that matters. It comes down to who you are, being true to yourself at the end of the day.
And you know what? That's a great message to end the show here with. I'm happy that I was able to speak with you today. It was nice speaking with you, Talia. And Joe, that was a beautiful message as well.
Oh.
And we would love to
Pray
see
for
you.
my back. Pray.
Oh, it's going to get better. We're gonna fix it. He going to see a chiropractor. We going to fix it. And that's the best message we got right there. And we'd love to see you guys next time.
Yeah. All right. How you feel about the show?
I like it. Honestly, I enjoyed myself a lot. Like, it was really calm, very relaxing. I feel like I was able to just get out what I had to say, and I didn't feel cut off, like, which is great. I felt like whatever I said had value.
Do you think it felt different than like a regular conversation you have with your friends?
Well, yeah, because I don't really give as much about my deeper personal opinions about things unless people ask for them, because I feel like people, if you want to share your opinion with somebody, you should wait to let them ask you, opposed to like sometimes doing it unwarranted because they might not want to know. Sometimes being ignorant is a very blissful thing, like the saying goes.
Shout out. Anybody want to shout out?
I would like to shout out my little sister, Tamara. She works as a cosmetologist. She does lovely hair and she does wedding parties. She's very nice, very pretty.
Tamara, we gonna put her Instagram.
What would you like to tell everybody?
Just because you don't care, I guess it's not to be a cross against you. Like, caring and not caring is a very subject thing. It's not like you have to commit to it. Being selfish doesn't have to be a negative. Sometimes building onto your person and figuring out things on how you're able to later give on to people is sometimes what you should focus on. So being selfish in like a 10-year period can prepare you to be in a giving space in the next 10 or the next 20. Sometimes you got to treat your life like a house, and you just got to keep paying into yourself until you pay it off. And then at that point, you just fixing things all the time. You just putting more into yourself. You might decide you want to go ahead and travel. You might find out you like different colors. You might even find out you want to do other things. Like, I stopped I don't really work out as much as I used to, but I do love to dance, and that's something that I do in my spare time that I didn't think that would be a space for me. And I think that, becoming an elected official during that time, really focusing more on my family, really finding myself with God and whatnot, those were the times, that's my time of, taking for me. Because I'm prepared to give to the man that's going to be my husband. I'm prepared to give to the kids, not just going to be mine, but my niece and my nephews or any other children that I see in my life, because I love kids. I think that I'm never going to focus on my career as much as I used to. Not saying that my career isn't important, but my quality of living is what matters the most to me.